I honestly, I'm sick of posting.
Yeah, well, no more posting for a bit.
No more posting.
We'll have a break. Well, until they come back and you have to post it again.
Yeah, until it all comes back round again. Right. Okay. Hi everyone. We're
recording.
It is.
We started.
It is Christmas.
Wow. Oh no! I literally just swore immediately. So that's
worry.
that. That's the episode done. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry everyone. Not
Now,
like our viewing numbers.
I wasn't
have gone
quite
down.
expecting
You should cut that
Hamish's
out.
dulcet tones. Like Hamish was usually so
upbeat,
like brash and it like on it, and then that time you're like, "Hi everyone."
You normally tell.
Yeah.
That
normally goes into podcast voice.
That's the subtlest intro. Hence, my shock, as it were. Sorry to my parents who probably were listening to the first 5 seconds of the podcast.
Oh my goodness, he swears.
Yeah.
What is our child?
Only in London.
Beautiful boy.
How beautiful
Only
boy.
Yeah.
Our Daniel trip.
I think they've put it together by this point, but they will message me, I'm sure, and say, well, my dad will, and he'll say,
goodness
very
gracious.
So disappointed.
I'm actually
your mother was listening.
Yeah, I actually want to imagine there is like what I don't know. I imagine your dad you look like your dad.
Yeah,
and then he's got a real big mustache. He's like
he doesn't. But
this
he did
whole,
when he was.
Are
younger.
you winning, son? And you're like,
he used to have a mustache as a younger man. He doesn't anymore. Well, he's got a bit of a beard.
So
I'm wondering, Hamish. I'm wondering why you're not wearing that Santa hat.
I've got a Santa hat on. Should we put our Santa hats on?
Yeah, let's do
it. Because I could get one
right.
as well. Wait
right
a second. BRB.
I don't know where ours is. That's really annoying. Wow.
You've got to keep talking, Simon. You can't just let the.
No, I'm watching. I'm watching. So, I think that looks much better. Now I feel really left out. I shouldn't have done that to myself.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Just like the posting.
Yeah. Have you been to see Santa this year?
Yes,
Hamish?
I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
How did it go?
It went well. The time I went was when I went to the the Riverside Hub thing, and it had this absolutely mad Christmas theme going on. Yeah. Cool. So it was a trip. He also looks like a bloody tea coaster.
This is such a bad hat. Look at this little fella. Look at this little fella.
Yeah,
he's got a little reindeer on it. Hamish looks like he could do a side.
It really doesn't fit. It really doesn't feel like the episode started. You didn't. I'm so not prepared for it.
You've not set us up well for this.
No, I
know.
Well, we're not starting again.
I'm definitely. I'm in preamble. I'm in pre-podcast preamble mode, not in podcast mode. I didn't even have my Christmas hat on.
Well,
what do we even do on this podcast?
We drink beer.
I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes to go and get the wheel spun.
Oh, good shout, mate. Let's get the wheel up.
I'm gonna ask Hamish if he wants to tell everyone about our incredible podcast partners.
Well, everyone, welcome to the Christmas episode of Push the Point. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, ho, ho.
Oh, Trip is just cutting in as he always does as that cheeky little elf.
I was giving you background hose, you know?
Like some...
Yeah, I was giving you the reverb. I wasn't trying to steal your thunder.
No,
just a little
not
bit
at all. Let me tell you about our partners. The first one...
Wait, did Jake already win?
For God's sake.
He already won, didn't he? Jake won, right?
Did you sort it out? It's your thing. Right.
Right,
anyway.
Jake already won one, right? Shall I take him off? Jake, did you win? No, because
I
Jake's
thought we restarted it.
No.
Yeah, okay, no spoilers, but you're never going to guess who's... No, I think Jake won again. I'm removing Jake. Sorry, Jake. I think you won.
He hasn't won.
Okay. He hasn't won recently.
Okay, I'm leaving it back on.
Jesus goddamn Christ. Right,
everyone. No spoilers. No spoilers.
Right, ho, ho, ho. Welcome to the Christmas episode of Push the Point. I am Father Hamish, and I'm here to tell you about...
Hamish?
And I'm here... Oh, shut up. I'm here to talk...
Father Christmas.
I'm Father Christmas, and I'm here to talk about our partners. The first one goes to Thistle Tavern, our Scottish single seller from the Aberdeens. They do lots of amazing singles from all sorts of
I don't know what's going on.
From all
keep it going.
types of card games. check them out at their Aberdeen store that they've just put out, and all patrons get 10% off their discount. Oh, ho, 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 but that's not all. We also have Metal Fab Tokens, who is an amazing token seller who does lots of tokens for lots of different games, especially Flesh and Blood. If you're interested, I can send them on to from our Super Slay from the UK.
What? Slay. Okay.
Super Slay.
I'll Super Slay. Yeah. Okay.
Super Slay in the UK.
Sorry.
Yeah, don't, you naughty little elves, ruined my jive. I'm carrying this on in this tone of manner. Anyway, so if you want to check out some Metal Fab Tokens, check out the link below. Also, we've got PCG, who is an amazing grading service that does lots of awesome grading for trading card games. They have a UK office, and you should check them out, and patrons get a discount of some form. Merry Christmas!
Wow,
Jesus
so
Christ!
I
wish
love that.
Yeah, I wish.
Can't believe we
I
could
am never
afford to
doing
carve
that
Christmas
again.
on. Yeah. Wow.
Trip, in answer to your question, Jacob C won 2 episodes ago.
Okay. So, well, do you guys want to know who won?
Tell me, Trip, who won the Wheel of Time?
It's none other than Jake Arms.
No, Trip, it's not
No,
Jake
wrong name
Arms. It's
It's not Jake
it's
Arms.
Jake Dickin Arms. Because
Close enough.
it's
Close enough.
Lancaster.
Yeah. Well, Jake, you won. Congratulations. We've had a good run.
Yeah.
Keep seeing
Well
that.
done, everyone.
Yeah. We'll send you. What packs are they getting, Simon?
They're getting 6 packs of Rosetta.
Oh, spicy. Very nice.
Still got some of that left.
Oh, where's your Christmas cheer, Simon?
Yeah. Where's your hat, mate?
It's in the bottle I'm just about to open in a minute.
Oh, well, that's a great segue.
All right, set me up, Simon.
What Christmas cheer have you brought with you this fine podcast eve?
Well, Simon, no, I'm not going to stop.
Oh, please,
stop
for the love of all that is holy.
I'm going to stop right there. Don't worry, this won't carry on. I have basically got a Bud Light.
Hey, that is a Hamish beer.
It is.
That is a very Hamish beer.
Yeah, I've got 18 cans of it because we had a family meal, and I didn't get any spicy ones, so this is what I had left. Hopefully, I should get some real good spicy ones for the at Christmas. So
spicy
anyway,
beers.
Well, not
very
literally
nice.
spicy, but some beers that are not, average.
Oh,
right, Simon.
Cool.
What about you?
So I've had to bring a bottle opener on tonight. This is a Steam Whistle bottle opener from Toronto, Canada, and I am tonight drinking a Purity Mad Goose Pale Ale.
Oh,
very cool.
Very nice.
Which was bought for me by my mum because she came up to visit this weekend. So
cheers, Mum. What about you, Wildcard?
Thank you very much, Mother.
Well, I do have a beer, but I decided as it's Christmas.
Sherry.
Wild card.
It's not sherry, but it's a close.
Red wine.
I'll be finishing off this bottle of M&S Irish Cream.
That is a very Christmassy drink, Trip.
And the reason why I'm finishing off this bottle of M&S Irish Cream is because I have a litre bottle of Baileys that's ready to open. So the sooner I finish this, sooner I can move on to the Baileys. But
do you drink it in your coffee?
Oh,
I do, and it's delicious.
I thought you were going to set up there, Simon. Have you ever drank Baileys through a shoe?
So I've made that joke with a couple of people. It's got about a 50% hit rate recently.
Yeah, Mighty Boosh, everyone, check it out.
Our generation.
If you don't know, type in on Google Mighty Boosh Baileys.
Old Greg.
Who would have thought cream and whiskey would be a good combination? That's what I'm saying. But it's very tasty.
Trip's downstairs mix-up.
Cream on a lot of things do work out well. Surely that's not it, Trip. Surely
that's all I got left in the bowl.
Wow.
Maybe if I get thirsty, I'll get
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers,
Merry
everyone.
Christmas.
I have to try and not get this in my mustache.
Okay, right.
So
I want to
before we get to Christmas,
I want to mix this up a little bit and change a home news to a Christmas. What are you going to be doing for Christmas?
Oh, a future home news.
Yeah,
right, well,
because this is
before
going
I
to
get to that, I've got something else.
Oh, what? Are you leaving?
Well, it's my wife's birthday tomorrow, so I've been making a cheesecake tonight for a birthday cake.
Oh, nice.
Incredible.
Biscoff.
Cheesecake. Nice. So happy birthday.
I'm excited to eat that tomorrow.
Happy 25th birthday, Nikki.
Correct.
That's why I make
Not
the big
25th.
bucks.
Not 25th.
All right, Simon. All right.
She wishes it was 25th, but
All right, 26th.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
There you go. Right.
Yeah. So and then Christmas is coming. I can't really concentrate on Christmas until birthday's sorted. So.
All right. So are we just going to forget that that little proposal?
Yeah, that's it.
But this is the Christmas episode.
I'm joking. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
I'm joking.
What are you going to be doing this?
I'm 35.
I can't believe I've done this.
You're not 35, are you, Simon?
No, he's 37.
I am
What?
37 for
Really?
another month.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Trip, you're bloody you just come out
You
of school.
32 yet? Are you 32 yet, Trip?
I'm 32 years old.
Yeah.
You're bloody
That's
baby.
a crazy
You're
blighter.
bloody baby. There were 3 more years and you'll be in trouble. Right. So,
Yeah, but you'll be even more trouble.
Come on then, Hamish. What are you doing for Christmas?
I'm taking it as damage done. I can't get worse than this.
It's a bell curve, right?
I like it.
Hamish, what are you doing for Christmas?
Right. So on my Christmas day, we have a very strong tradition. Right. We always do the same thing. So
We'll be judge of that.
All right. Okay. So I get up, open the presents with Faye and Freya. I have a son, but he goes over to his mum's on Christmas Eve. He'll open gifts with his mum. Then the real Christmas really kicks off. I pick him up at my mum's for about 10:30. We head down to hers, and then my brother, my sister, their partners, all the kids, and my mum, and we all sit and open Christmas presents in the living room. And I think there are 2 types of people. Comment below which one you are, right?
Yeah.
There are the ones that everyone just goes, caveman, and everyone just opens all their presents. Like no one sits down there, everyone just goes bam, 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 present opening time. We go and open a present and go around each.
Yeah.
Now, if someone's got a lot, they open 2, right? Just because they've got quite a few. But it gives everyone like that sort of chance to go,
and you get to see everyone open their presents.
You get to see everyone open their presents, and we sort of prolong Christmas. We, really, because it's the best bit, isn't it? The whole we're all around together, giving each other's gifts, and all seeing what.
How organised do you go on this, Hamish? Do you have like a little rota?
As in,
do you do it in a circle, or do you like get a list and people have to go in order on the list, or
we just go. We basically
just go around in a circle.
We just go around in a circle, yeah. And the kids, they're going to have a lot more presents than the adults. So in order to tie the kids up a bit, they open like 1 or 2 presents, and then while they're gawping at their presents, we're sort of going around. But sometimes if you get like I don't know, my mum's friends got something, and I don't know. Sometimes I just don't give a crap about what my mum's getting because it's just Kay from finance gave me. So I don't give a shit. Sorry, no one cares. I want to see the present we've given each other, or do you know what I mean? That's yeah. Well, that's what we do. So you are either an organised civil man or woman or person, or you're a cave pet man, woman or person.
Now I've been watching Trip's reaction to this, and I
already know
on the caveman style.
He's caveman style all the way.
Well, I mean, we just open the presents, guys. Like,
so do we. We all open
we don't
the
have
presents.
we don't have this sort of set system.
It's not really set.
I mean, Simon was talking about having a bloody list.
No, I just wanted to know how organised he took it.
He's got a list.
So,
like a little.
So I grew up. I grew up with 2 families, right? I got my mum's side and my dad's side. At my mum's, we just opened as we wanted, and at my dad's, we would sit and we would do it one by one.
Yeah, that's when my dad comes later on. It's the same because I've got all of his family there, and that one is a lot more mad. But we still kind of wait. Where me and my dad's very much used to it when we used to live with my mum. That we have to go around and take it in turns. So we just let everyone else just crack on, but we watch each other's gifts opening.
I'd say we don't go mad though. Like we
What?
definitely don't have a open one at a time system, but we definitely sort of, pause and look as someone gets to the point of opening the present
Yeah.
and
So
then return.
yeah.
So
So
it's not like us. We're all in our. We're definitely opening presents to get. To be honest, actually, now you're saying it, I guess we are doing that a little bit, but it's not like one person at a time. So we'll pick up a present, and then as someone's about to open it, we all sort of give it a bit of attention and be like, "Oh, that's a really cool present," and then we get back to the one that you're opening and be like, "Oh, that's a really cool
yeah,
present."
because I
I
imagine
get what you're saying though, because
yeah.
actually sometimes you open something and you're like, "Oh, I'd like everyone to see what a great present this is," but actually, if other people are opening their presents, maybe it gets missed. But I also think we normally it's just me, my parents, and Kate, or me, my parents, my
Yeah. Do you have a lot of
sister.
people though?
No, so I
Right.
think it works. We don't. I think it works better. You can kind of give more
I
people your
actually,
attention, right? But if there was like 10 people there,
there
I can
is.
see why you would do it your way. To be honest,
It's
because it would.
yeah, yeah. Sorry to cut. But
No, no, yeah.
no, I think
Carry on.
thing is, I think there's a like. I think everyone kind of does that, doesn't they? Because if everyone just opened the presents and all they did was focus on opening all their presents, you really just go like, oh, where did that come from? Oh, I don't know. I didn't even
Yeah.
read. I
Just
didn't
ripped
read
off the
it.
tags.
Yeah, and kids
Didn't
do,
read it.
and kids
Oh, you
do.
gotta read the tag. I think that's a big part of it, though. Like, I think
Yeah, you gotta know who gave you the
if
present.
you're not reading the tag, then no. If I
It's
had
just too
kids, I'd
rushed.
be like, you
No,
have
who's
to
that
read the
from?
tag. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I think otherwise, no, it's not right in it.
They won't remember who it's come from anyway.
Yeah,
But
no,
When
you have
yeah,
to
yeah,
you
yeah.
have to keep
so
it. You actually do have to keep a list trip of who bought the kids what, so that
No,
you
you
can send
don't.
off like thank you cards.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you
god,
do.
who does that?
now this is what I was gonna ask. Who does thank you cards? Because I
We
don't
get
do
the
thank
kids
you
to do
cards.
thank you cards. Yeah,
Right. Do you do
not
thank you
to
cards,
not to
Hamish?
everyone, but
Uh,
like to like close
absolutely
family and stuff.
not. No,
I think
absolutely not.
Kate used to do thank you cards, but I think we've corrupted her essentially, and she doesn't do
Yeah,
them
okay.
anymore.
It just seems like a
She's
waste
changed,
of
yeah.
tree, to be honest. It's like
Yeah, but you
saying
can say that about
A
any
waste,
greeting card.
a waste
no,
of
but
tree. Oh,
agree.
for the card.
Yeah, for
I
the
was
no,
like, what?
no, but
What
it's
you meant
just
your
a
Christmas
waste.
tree? I was
No,
like,
no,
what are you
no.
doing?
Yeah, I'm starting to go to send everyone a Christmas tree. So thank
Yeah.
you.
Send everyone a branch, be a
No,
Christmas
hold on.
tree.
I am just now. Faye's just joined in. I'm gonna ask because this is something that Faye loves doing. All this, like,
Shall I ask Kate? She's
yeah,
just
yeah.
come in
Hold on.
the
I'm gonna
room.
ask Faye. Faye,
Do you send thank you
thank
cards
you
anymore?
cards
Did you ever
for
use
Well,
them?
Christmas.
everyone, this is
Is
quite
that
the point of
Matt?
You used to.
contention.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
Faye.
Yeah.
All right.
What was your answer?
She
So Kate
said.
just said she used to, but she doesn't anymore, which is what I
Yeah.
just said.
Faye just shook her head and said,
You
"Absolutely not."
changed, man. You changed, yeah. I know,
What's
that's why I
what's
said we
that?
corrupted you.
See, I'm
Tough.
quite. Yeah, I
Oh,
think for the kids it's quite cute.
Faye will
Yeah.
do. Faye will just kind of send a thank you to the people that we haven't seen on Christmas, as on
Right.
in a WhatsApp.
Ah.
So
Yeah, okay,
yeah,
sure.
which I think is
Alright,
a lot.
that's fine. Alright.
I'm down for that.
I think we can get rid of cards in general. I think greeting cards are
I think Christmas cards are a joke. I honestly,
waste of paper.
They're growing on
Um,
me again. I like Christmas cards, but I only do them for my work colleagues now.
no, I
Because
think they're
then
a total waste.
because I don't have
it's
to
like being at
post
school
them.
again trip.
But because you can have them on your. It's quite nice to have a card on your desk at work if you've not
Yeah,
got any
sure.
Christmas
Alright.
decorations. I don't know. I sent some around this year,
I
and they
don't-
seemed very well received.
I
So
fundamentally do not understand Christmas cards at all.
No.
I understand birthday cards because a lot of the time people would like it is a way of saying like because it's your day. I think there's something about a birthday card that feels about right. Especially as well, a lot of the time that is where the present lies. You know, you
you
get
have a
money
question
in a card.
I had for you, Hamish, which was, you said you take quite a long. At what time of day have all the Christmas presents been opened? That's what I want to know from you.
We start. Well, probably realistically, we start opening the presents about 11.
Really?
Well, it's only because I've got to get Logan right. It's just like we would love to get there sooner.
That's it. That's fair. That is fair.
It's just how our schedule works. Before it's kind of a continuation on when we open Christmas presents at my mum's, me, my brother, my sister, my mum, and my dad. It was just us in the living room, and we all took it in turns, so we didn't miss. Everyone didn't miss each other's presents, especially us three as kids. It can just get missed, and my mum and my dad wanted to see the enjoyment of what we got, rather than we've just opened them all and it's just a bit of a free for all. And we've just brought our partners and our children along for the ride, basically.
I think that's key, though, isn't it? Like, everyone can see everyone opening the presents and get the joy from it.
1 year, though, it took 5 hours.
That's a little bit long.
It was long, but because we did a pause, because we had dinner.
Did you have dinner in the middle?
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I actually did turn around and say, I didn't like that. That was like nuts.
Feedback.
But yeah, I did say no to that.
Shall I tell you what we do?
Go
Christmas
on.
Day?
Yeah.
It's very different. So we wake up at like 7 o'clock, really early, and then we open our stockings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So we got
stockings in the morning. Yeah.
So we do stockings straight away on the sofa, and then we have breakfast. We have full English breakfast.
Oh.
And then we immediately go and open the presents under the tree. And I would say we probably opened all of our presents by around 9:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I'd say
how many are you? Where are you? Are you
we're at my parents' house.
Both you and Kate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the way Kate's parents live really close to my parents. So what we do is we do Christmas Eve. We go to the Christingle at the church, which is the one with the orange. For anyone who, the orange with the candle in it.
With the carols.
Right.
And then we have a family meal with Kate's family's friends who have come over every Christmas Eve for like the last decade or longer.
Yeah.
30 years, says Kate.
Wow.
And then someone drives us back to Ash, where my parents live. We spend Christmas morning with my parents, and then Kate will go over to her family after church, because obviously Kate's dad's a vicar, so he's doing the sermon in the morning.
Right.
Then Kate's family, Christmas Day doesn't really start until lunchtime, because he's basically working for Christmas morning.
Yeah, wow.
So there you go. And then we probably go to the pub at some point as well and get a drink.
Yeah,
but
okay.
Pretty standard, pretty chilled, I would say. Trip family, very nice though. Lots of eating, lots of drinking. Not like super boozy though. I've heard that a lot of families get very boozy on Christmas Day, and we definitely have a few drinks, but I've never to the point that I would feel drunk or anything.
No,
but I've heard that some families go pretty hard on Christmas Day.
Yeah, Simon, what's your
what's your schedule?
Well, this year we're staying up in Nottingham.
Here's the schedule.
Yeah.
This year we're staying up in Nottingham.
Cool.
Because Nick and I have 4 families in the same area of Kent. Okay. Which is about 4-hour drive away from here. So last year we did, and quite a few years, we do 4 families in 4 days. So both of our families are split, divorced. We see each of them for most of a day. And it's absolutely exhausting, and I'm not really keen on doing that this year. So we're staying up here. I love cooking Christmas dinner, so I'm doing a big turkey, just the 4 of us. Yeah.
And the cats, right?
And the cats now, so they can have some turkey as well.
I do feel you, Simon. Back in the day, before I had Freya, we used to do... This was the most nuts, Christmas Day. But we loved it. Me and my wife loved it. We get up really early. We give each other our presents. Then we get over to Faye's sisters for about 8:30, 9 to open some Christmas presents with Faye's sister and her mum and dad. And then we get to my mum's for about 10. Grab Logan, go to my mum's from 10. And then from 10 to about 1, we will then go over to Faye's family, which is about a 45-minute drive away from my mum's, or probably even 50 minutes. Go there for about 2 hours, come back to go. Actually, no, I didn't grab my son in the morning. I went to my mum's, and then he would get dropped off at 3 o'clock at my mum's. I'll go grab him, spend a little bit, about an hour there, then go to my dad's side. And I was like, oh my God.
It's crazy.
It was not, I loved it.
It is fun when you've not got...
But it was full on.
It's fun for the kids to see all the family, and it's great that we can go and do that. But I'm obviously fortunate I'm not working Christmas this year. Didn't work Christmas last year, but it fills the days that I have off between, this year I've got 3 days, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day and Boxing Day off.
Yeah.
And if I'm seeing 4 different families in a few days, I just feel like I've not actually had time to rest.
That sounds great, Brian. Yeah, I think
This year we're chilling. We've got seeing some friends on Christmas Eve, seeing some friends on Boxing Day, having Christmas Day to ourselves. And
it's nice these like little traditions, but it's also nice sometimes to try something different and
I
or
can't
create
cope with
create
that.
a new
All right,
create a new
question
I
for
can't
both of
cope
you
with
then.
that.
Right, probably more for Hamish. Obviously, you've got nieces and nephews to buy for now. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
yes, no.
yes.
Do you do
Well, so does Trip.
for the
Trip can answer
grown-ups?
this.
For the grown-ups, do you do Secret Santa or do you get everyone a gift?
Oh,
We do.
you know, the aunties and uncles we do on my dad's side because that's the one. Yeah, for me, I see them. There's about 5 of them. Yeah, we do a Secret Santa, and then Faye's got on her side. She's got cousins, and there's 7. There's like 6. Yeah, so we just oh, Jesus Christ, yeah. But for the nieces and nephews.
They all get a present.
They all get a present. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I've got some good friends.
I'm super sold on this way of doing it.
Yeah. On my good friends, I would get their kids, not them, but I get their kids a gift.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Secret Santa for Kate's brothers and their partners. Present for the nephew. And then with my sister, we do like a joint present. So like me and Kate will get my sister a present.
Yeah.
Her and her partner will get us that kind of thing. I think that works real well because otherwise you're buying a lot of stuff. Also, if you're traveling around, like I'd have to bring all my presents down from London. I don't drive, so I always have to get the train. So you don't want to have like a massive bag of presents traveling down with you. So, but yeah, I don't know. Like you're saying, Hamish, like doing something different. But I think you could do something different, but then make that a tradition, like something new, but then keep doing it over and over again, and then it's not as doesn't feel like it's different, right?
I think that I'm not gonna lie, and this might sound morbid. It'll change when my mum and dad dies.
That tends to be the way though. It'll be, or if
or if they, you know what I mean, they're so old.
Someone moves away, or someone.
Well, luckily for me, everyone's got their own thing, and I'm happy that we just got this going as long as we have. I think the only thing that we're just definitely going to try and do is me and my brother and sister are going to meet up in the morning with our kids. And I think I haven't really thought about it. I was going to say
you have thought about that more than I'd expect.
But... No, I'm thinking about it as I speak now. Like really, I go to my mum's because everything's fine, everything's all normal, and it's only when it can't happen is the day we go, what do we do now?
Can I segue this back to Flesh and Blood, because that's getting a bit morbid.
No,
it's real chat.
Yeah, it's real.
Honestly, if you can segue this back to Flesh and Blood, fair play to you.
I actually quite.
I just wanted to know I wanted to know if either of you have asked for any Flesh and Blood stuff for Christmas.
Okay. This is a great end to this point, and a good segue. I like it. The answer is no. I actually haven't this year.
I haven't either.
I think it's too expensive. So for me, traditionally in my family, we've never really given each other, and for birthdays and Christmas, we'd never give each other very expensive presents, as much as I tried as a child to get them. But it was not a thing. We wouldn't be given and it's sort of like, I guess, a couple of packs. I think my parents have got me packs of Flesh and Blood, which is very kind of them for like Christmas, but only a couple. Because like a booster box, that would be way out of a Christmas present price range. Like we wouldn't be spending that kind of money on Christmas presents.
Yeah, it's an interesting. It's different, isn't it? I actually thought that, and everyone just thinks that everyone does what they kind of do, if that makes sense. And to be honest, it's obscene the amount of money that I think it's fine for the kids, but it also, I do think a lot of people put a lot of pressure on themselves to,
well, financially and socially pressure.
It's literally insane. I love your approach, Trip, that it's so what? Like, even if you just budgeted the kids 50 quid and everyone's going, oh, it's a bit tight. I'm like, and some people, it's not, right? But it's kind of interesting that you kind of want to see a pile of presents, because I do think that games and movies and expectations kind of lead into this. Look at this pile of stuff that I got. and I don't know. We go for it every year.
That's what a stocking's for, though, because you can really pad out a stocking with
Stuff.
like
It's literal
chocolates.
stuff.
And we always get an apple and an orange, and like we always get like a candy mouse and stuff. Like this stuff doesn't have to be super expensive, but it can create like a pile, right? But these days, I should caveat, as I always, and I mean Kate's in the other room, but I normally spend quite a lot of money on Kate's present. Because my dad would always spend an absolute fortune on my mum's presents. I think that's just a trip thing. We always spend a lot of money on that present.
Did he fork out for the kids? No, but did he fork out for the kids?
Now and then, normally, sometimes, but generally it would be pretty not expensive presents. Like there might be the occasion, like one year we got a laptop, right? But that was a very special, like we needed one to like do our like schoolwork and stuff, and it was. I won't put the details on a podcast on the internet, but there was definitely some favorable tax implications for those laptop purchases. That way.
Okay. Wow.
Well, I'm just for me, I would not spend a lot of me and Faye don't spend a lot of money on each other because we don't.
Do you buy each other stuff like all throughout the year though? If it's like
no. But I think that's very much like, but to be honest, we got kids.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think if I had kids, I think I would find it tricky. But I think I would try quite hard not to go.
Yeah, me and we spent a lot of money on our kids, and then me and Faye, I think we got a very low budget because at the same time, I think for me, if I enjoy giving her something nice, but sometimes you just sort of think like. There's a lot of. We're both just going to go give this and then stress about how skint we are.
Yeah.
Just defeats the purpose of the whole thing.
I get what you mean, and I like.
Whereas the kids
I
will
like
love it.
giving gifts. I like giving gifts.
Yeah, I love giving gifts.
I'm trying to tread a balance between getting the kids really nice things and not spoiling them rotten because they need to know the value of money and gifts, right?
But yeah. I think don't worry, they will. I think that as they get older and they earn money, and then I think it's the day that they have to go and buy presents is the day they start to realize, oh crap, this is real. Here? Until then, look, honestly, a bit of me just goes, just do it. I tell you what, they won't remember how much money you spend, right? And they're not kids for long.
No.
It is over before you know it. Trust me with Logan, it's over before you know it.
It's also like I think my parents spent like a good amount of money like for what the money they had at the time, and I imagine the same for you guys as well. It's like you should spend what is affordable for your own means.
I think that's what
not look at other people, not look at like other.
What Hamish was saying earlier about the financial pressure of Christmas.
It is,
exactly.
Real.
Yeah,
just who gives a crap? Don't look at Facebook. Yeah. Don't look. Honestly, social media. Get rid of it. It's done. Because then we'll go. Oh, look at my car. No one cares, bro. It is nice, but it's about just not seeing the world. It's about being in the space that you're in with these people that you care so much about, that you have taken the time to hang out with, and that will, whoever that may be, for Christmas.
It is about
and the joy you're having with them is literally what it's all about, and the gifts just sort of amp up the joy of the day. That's all it is. That's literally all it's about. So there you go.
So
we're not getting any. We're not expecting any flesh and blood for Christmas.
We are going to have some new gifts to open in the new year, though.
Yes,
because LSS have announced the gem packs for their Armory price support.
Yes, they have. So let's move over to the flesh and blood bit. Gem packs, ban and restricted announcement, and some spoilers.
Look at Hamish being organised. I like it.
I know. Unlike if you're posting stuff, then you can just fail at the last second.
We're really darting around that subject.
I don't want to talk about it. I do not want to talk about it.
All right. So let's talk about gem packs because
I'm so glad.
I saw that announced, and I've heard a lot of positive reaction from the community. If you haven't heard about gem packs, LSS are changing Armory price support from basically cold foils for the winner to random gem packs per season.
Mm-hmm.
They can be given out to reward attendance or performance or random or.
But that's the key thing, though, right, Simon? They're meant to not necessarily reward winning armories. They're actually meant to be more about regular attendance, and I think that's the real smart move for this, because I think anything that promotes regular armory attendance, and especially getting through that initial grind of not necessarily having the best deck and not being able to 3-0 armories, I think is really important for building the armory scene, and also just encouraging a more diverse field of decks that aren't necessarily like the meta decks. Like, I think it's a really good move. I think it works well for other card games that do it. And I think even just we've seen in the judge packs and the sealed gold foils that these things can potentially like have resale value when you're keeping them in a pack. I think it's a really good move. It remains to be seen what cards will be in the packs, I guess. That's the real test.
I look at new players arriving at armories and seeing the cold foil go to the same player week in, week out. And maybe that's just my local scene or how it was last year, whatever. But surely as a new player, if you turn up and the store gives you a gem pack and you get an absolutely amazing cold foil card first or second time, you're just going to be super stoked and you're going to want to come back and you're going to want to just keep playing for the joy of playing the game and not just scalping locals.
Well, that's the thing. This is why we enjoy Flesh and Blood, because it is generally a skill-based game, and in a vacuum, the best player should win every single armory they go to. Obviously, that doesn't happen, but like there will generally be, the best players will always win. There's not a huge element of luck to Flesh and Blood, and that does mean that they always get the prize. And like Simon said, that could be quite disheartening. And so, what do you think about it, Hamish? You reacted a bit to like the comment about what cards will be in the pack. Are you thinking what are you expecting? It's all speculation at this stage, but
so from my previous history of other games, there was a game I used to play called Warhammer Champions. It was a poster that was slapped onto me many moons ago, and they did pretty much this for their game nights, and we all thought, "Ooh, this is cool." And when I literally hearing everything you said is time. I've heard this through time, right? And it's good, but if the gem packs cards in it are dog, it's not that good. It's not fun. Everything you said is correct, though. I don't disagree with any of that. But if, for example, they went, "Oh, here is an extended life of the part," I don't know.
Yeah, like I want to if they just repackage the existing
and just made it no one cares. Like I don't want to see cards that people go, "I just don't care." If they put like 2 in there and there's a "I just don't care" card and interesting card, and everyone kind of gets interesting card, and maybe if they even turn around and did some really fancy looking warmongers, or if you just saw that, you're like, "Oh, okay," or fancy some really high fancy CNC just gets thrown in the mix.
So let's hypothesize then.
That's what they got to do. Otherwise, I think everyone's going to go, "This sucks," because
Let's hypothesize that if you bundled a whole month or 2 months worth of armory prizes, so currently you've got participation cards that just get handed out, and you've then got the winner's cold foil, right? That's basically what most stores are doing.
Yeah.
So if you take 8 cold foils, and X number of promo participation cards, and then you split those randomly amongst gem packs, and you give out 1 gem pack per person. Is that what we're thinking, or do you think it's just going to be 1 gem pack per armory?
Don't know. I actually think as well that this is going to be completely different to each local scene, because
Yeah.
there isn't a rule set to these packs. They're basically just changing
No.
up how they're
'Cause we've had-
packaging it, and the store
Because
will
we've
come
had some
up with its
really
own way.
good participation cards, like the root-bound Carapace extended art looks amazing and it's quite useful.
They have
We've
improved
got-
a lot. I mean, I'm expecting them to come in a box. Maybe that was just my kind of weird assumption, but I just
Yeah, they
assumed that they
probably
would come in
will.
a
I sort
come
of,
in a
One
I
Piece.
thought
box.
they were going to
And
be like the judge packs where you get one
yeah, I
card
don't
in
know.
it.
No,
And
it'd
then
be
they
like
just
One
leave it up to the
Piece.
discretion of the stores to be like, here's your. Are they saying they're giving them out in 2 waves for each season? Be like, well, you've got a 30-person armory or whatever, so here's your case of gem packs for this half of the season.
Yeah, I
You
think that's what they're
decide how
gonna
you
do.
want to give them out. We encourage you to do it based on attendance rather than placement,
Yeah.
and just see what happens with it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they had a selection of 3 or 4 cold foils and each pack had either 1 cold foil, 1 participation prize, or 2 participation prizes
But I think what I've
randomly.
Yeah, I think that what everyone is looking out for is reprints, though, right? Because this is just such a
Yeah.
useful tool for them to
Yeah.
introduce a very small number of additional reprints into the ecosystem in a controlled way, because they can, they don't have to print them en masse like promos. They can basically seed the pack. No, it's not seeding, whatever. They ratio the packs, right? So that they know, okay, we're going to introduce this number of new copies of Command and Conquer into the market, right? And
Yeah,
I think if they do that, then yeah.
But if they fancy it up, though, is it actually getting more Command and Conquers into the ecosystem, or did they just make another? I don't know. If they made a fancy looking E-Strike, I know these cards would be like, oh, whoa, okay. But it's not going to make it easier for a player to get that E-Strike. It's just going to create a rarer E-Strike, which now costs more to get, which will probably encourage you to actually attend the armories, which is...
I think that's the thing, right? Is it be like,
that's
well,
a good thing.
I think we're all
end up
kind of
buying
agreed
cards.
it's like a good idea. It's worth their time. I think I've never been a big fan of the promos. I hate rainbow foils. They pringle. They're really annoying to put in your decks, and like I used to be a big fan of them, but I just can't keep them in the right condition. So I'd like to see more
foils.
reprints rather than these pringly rainbow foils. Like you get these beautiful cards, and then you leave them somewhere for 5 minutes, and then can't play them anymore.
You know when they did the cold full Vinsets, the cold full heroes, and they came out in judge packs, and I love the fact that they brought cold full heroes into the system. I just think no one was winning when they put it out in judge packs, because I just don't think the judges were that hyped for it, and the players were like, I really want this, but now you somehow just made it way too rare for me to get. And I think that would have been perfect for an armory pack, where you'd actually go your cold foil heroes with just the border. It would be, do you know what I mean? This, even though a lot of people were saying that, oh, what's the point of cold foil heroes when there's Marvels? But I don't know. I think it's subjective, but yeah, it's cool. It's just that you've got to put cards worth getting in it. If you're just going to slap in commons and rares that no one bothers to play, or they're very specific to this certain hero that you're not playing, I think then maybe they should just keep it to the really like the good generics that everyone will go, oh, like cool card is always a generic card, and that generic card is a card we kind of want to see, and that one is the spicy gem pick card. That would actually be clever, because everyone will go, ooh, okay, this is not a waste. This is great.
So, well, before we move on, I want each of you to predict a card that will be in the first wave of gem pack. I have one. I will just come out and say it, because I think this is an obvious one. I think Codex of Frailty will be in there.
Do you? No, that's not obvious. That was not even.
I think Codex of Frailty. We're getting a new assassin. It's a new assassin set. Card needs a reprint. I think the premium hype card of the first gem pack will be a reprint. It will be really rare, super rare, but it will be in there. Codex of Frailty. That's my prediction. What about you two? Either you can go.
That's just blown my mind.
Yeah,
I wasn't even thinking
no,
on that
but
scale.
No,
yeah.
I mean,
I reckon. I think we can see it. I think it will be there.
okay.
Wow. Okay. Well, you've set a bar there.
I think a fancy looking. That's all you got.
Oh,
That's like
That's
in the
a great
range. That's the range of where you go.
Yeah.
This is cool. I like this. I like this. That's all you got. Not
Are you
too...
saying that because they released the card art map for the skirmish season, or just?
Have they? I don't know.
Right.
Is that all you got? They
No.
did talk about it recently, didn't they? Yeah, and it would be a great card
Okay.
in a ninja
Some-
meta.
yeah,
so-
something like that,
or an assassin meta, actually, for that matter.
Something like that, and I would be it would be really cool. But I reckon, but the only reason they haven't is because I actually think they probably want to ban this card, but they're not sure on it. It's Warmongers, something like that range.
Yeah,
I'd only really be hyped to see good generic majestic cards get a treatment of some kind in those gem packs, and they're not easy to get. And then the other ones are some other, Sink Below, Fate Foreseen, fancy looking that, and you're going, okay, cool, that's sick. Maybe it might get a bit boring though. That's my point. If you keep coming every week and it's like another Sink Below, I don't care.
You need a spice.
You need
spice.
that codex. Codex. That's all you got. Warmongers.
Simon, what do you reckon? I've got another one. I think might be.
I'm just not sure they're gonna do generic cards though, Hamish. I don't know.
Oh, really?
I think that's a total mistake if they don't. I think it'll be a total mistake. Because imagine you just open your pack and you go, "Wow, a Vincent card, nice." Spent all this time and I don't want it. That's not good.
Yeah, you might be right.
You want to open something
right.
you can want, and this is a hero-centric game. You're an Aria player. You're a Katsu player. I'm a Vincent player. And we all opened up a Victor card. Mwah, thanks for the evening, everyone.
Yeah, but every Armory season we've had so far has had a theme.
Yeah.
That hasn't been generic. It's
cool.
Been
I'm saying there's two cards. One card is a class card, and then the cool card is a generic card, and then you're always happy.
Come on, Simon, pick a card. Come on.
I'm stalling, so I don't have to pick a card.
Just pick a card. Maybe it's pick a card.
Do you know what? Something like Glint the Quicksilver would be pretty good. Reprint.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, boys.
Because we've got Warrior. We've got Warrior.
Boys. If it comes out, I want to see Push the Point.
Can you imagine?
That'd be so funny.
If Push the Point comes out.
Can you imagine? But in a Spurlocked-esque
no,
with our art on it.
It will not happen.
That would be hilarious.
you have to travel all the way to New Zealand and win a crazy tournament to get that treatment.
You talk about,
but if there is one, everyone, and for whatever reason, keep it, and we'll defile it with a pen.
I think Push the Point. If you haven't spoken about Flesh and Blood for the first 20 minutes of this game, you win the game.
Okay, let's move on to the ban and restricted announcement. We'll keep this kind of light.
They did so.
Well, yeah, they didn't. No changes. Good. For CC. I mean, I'm not going to talk about Blitz. I have no idea. And I don't care either. CC, I think that's the right move. There's actually nothing really to talk about in terms of there's nothing absolutely crazy going on. So I think that's totally fine. What about you guys? CC or Blitz or whatever?
I think it's fine. I agree with you about Blitz. I think I know people have been saying Blood Rush Ballet needs to go in Blitz, but I think just let Blitz play out. Just let it. I think.
Who's running
it? At this point, just let it play out. You know what I'm saying?
Who's running it? KO.
Oh, right. Okay,
yeah.
Whatever.
It's pretty good.
And then after KO, who would it be next? Levia, and that's it.
But then
no, after KO, the Mandible Claws are going to go.
Yeah, so it gets a lot worse with no Mandible Claws. So.
Yeah.
But I don't see any need for anything at the moment. I tend to be pretty I don't really like bans right before new sets come out. I like the new set to have a bit of a presence first and see how that changes the meta. But, you get exceptions like book banning and things like that, where it's just a special occasion. But I didn't see any need for a ban. Watched a couple of fun Living Legend games over the weekend. I didn't follow the tournament all the way through, but watched a couple of games here and there. Starbow seems pretty good, but it's LL. I'm pretty happy with Living Legend being as it is at the moment. It seems to be fine. Maybe some tweaks at some point.
They're really.
Nothing at the moment.
Oh, Simon, sorry, before I ham on about Living Legend.
No, I can't add anything.
Okay. So Living Legend, there was the call in Chicago. Stavo looking incredibly strong. Absolutely surprising no one, considering that Tales of Aria is a strong set. Stavo is a strong hero. They brought out some strong stuff in Uprising and Ice, and now they just dropped Earth and Lightning in Rosetta. So the toolbox he has got is the most immense thing.
Yeah, ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, and every best card is there. And Awakening. When I saw an Awakening kickoff, I went, I can't believe. I put up with this in an RTN.
He does have a lot of restrictions already. Like they've already put a lot of one card restrictions on Starvo.
They de-restricted Starstruck.
They did, which was interesting. Yeah. I didn't necessarily think they needed to do that, but didn't. Whatever. But like I think, I don't know. It's Living Legend, right? Like
I know it's an interesting thing.
You don't want to touch it too much because then it sort of becomes like, well, what's the point?
No, you know? I actually think they do need to.
Should still be fun, but
I think LSS has recognised that they definitely need to be really focusing in on that second format sort of, and I think they've also realized that Blitz isn't it. Blitz is fine in a local level, but I don't think they want to push a big competitive Blitz scene. And then they tried it when we were at the start. They did try it, and we all turned around and went, "This isn't that fun to really watch. It's too quick. People get stuff done."
Yeah. To be fair to you, Hamish, the second format is draft.
No, what I mean is that
like a second constructed format.
Yeah, a second constructed format. There is full on.
I think
draft
Blitz
stuff.
is good. Like I think having played a skirmish recently, I thought Blitz was really appropriate for that. Just sort of bigger than local armory level, bigger prizes, but still slightly more casual than an RTN. Like I thought that's a good base level for Blitz.
Yeah, but marketing, what they know is that if you just look at the streams, right? If they do an all draft, no one bothers, right? If they do a Blitz only, no one bothers. No one's bothered about that. You do CC, bam, everyone's watching, right? Everyone wants to have a quick peek. And I think they need to, and they know that the Living Legend system is CC, right? So they are just trying to leverage another CC format, but it's a little bit different. The only thing I'm finding a bit weird about it, I actually liked the Living Legend stuff. I actually thought it was fun because it felt like watching CC. The only thing about it was that what makes CC so good is that there's so many fascinating talking points about it, because you've got current heroes, you've got players, and then there's like when they win, yeah, fair enough, we're happy, well done whoever Michael Hamilton, you won, right? Yeah, that's really cool. But there's Living Legend points. There's so much like topics and stuff how heroes are doing quite well when the meta. But with Living Legend, the only thing really to talk about is, how are these heroes doing in a meta, which is relevant. But so what if he wins? It doesn't, like Starvo won, okay? Like it doesn't progress anything. It's kind of that's the weirdest thing about it. Whereas if Zen, like the fact that Zen won 2 callings, there's an interesting dynamic of now he's 800 and something points. And why is he so close to being Living Legend? Oh, did you know he won these 2 callings? There's like so much to harp back on. But
I get what you mean.
There's a lot of multifaceted conversations to have with a constructed CC event, but a Living Legend event is...
but the Living Legend stuff is after the fact as well. Like it's a continuation of that CC meta when all of those heroes that have already Living Legend can join back in. Like you can see the ultimate power level of the game. And like I get that it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I think there are still
I think there's got to be
conversation points.
I think I think they're not done with the Living Legend format quite yet,
No.
because I don't care that Starvo won. Like,
No, but
it was cool.
yeah, but you did, because you'd already formed opinions on, like, you just gave us a spiel about, you'd already thought about Tales of Aria is a big set. It's got some power cards. Uprising had loads of ice cards. Rosetta's got Earth
No,
and
I'm
Lightning
just saying.
cards.
I brought that all up, but just to sort of as a point to
I
say,
know,
no
but
wonder he's busted.
But you'd put it all together.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
you put it all together. You had thought about it.
I think what Hamish is saying, I think you're right, Simon, but I think also what Hamish is saying, that there's more to come for Living Legend. I think that's a really interesting point. I think there is more they could do with the format.
100%.
And I think there's more they could do to think about what are the implications of a hero. Like, it is, as Simon's saying, this is the pinnacle of a hero's power. It's almost like more canon in terms of the game. Is like these heroes who have become almost like mythological legends.
Super
I
Saiyan.
would actually turn around.
You can do stuff with that, which could be really interesting.
I'll tell you what, honestly, you know what would be really hype is that if they actually turn around and brought Living Legend into like a way of progressing the story, like a story-based narrative thing. You know,
Agreed.
Because if someone is that like, the reason we want to build these stories up is because these periods are that powerful. In order to actually do so, you know what I mean? There's something more about this that you can just do, rather than, and it's fine. They had to just put the calling up. They had to try it out, and I think it was a good success. I think it was it was actually a pretty decent success. They've thrown a lot of eggs into it, and I think by just going, guys, we want you to play it. We want you to play it, is fine, but I think they've got to sort of throw in something that is going to get some interest looking at it, not just throwing money at winners, which is what they're doing, throwing PTIs and wins and all that. That's sweet, I like that, but something more for something reasonable. Why Bravo has won a Living Legend event? What does that mean afterwards? Because what is the progression of that?
I feel like it should be like, if a hero, if there's like a pinnacle of Living Legend, like if a Living Legend hero reaches a certain point threshold, they should reprint that hero as like a new, like not as a new with new hero ability, but like they're like, okay, we will bring Bravo back into the game, right? Should be like, if Starvo reaches 1,000 Living Legend points, it's like, okay, we will definitely reprint a new. Or if Prism, I know they've already brought these heroes back, but say like Phi, like they say they print some broken shit in Hunted and Phi ends up winning this crazy Living Legend event, and it's like, because that hero won, we're bringing Phi back at some point, guaranteed, as a hero, and it gives people like an incentive to be like, if we can take our favorite hero to the top of this tournament, we'll get them back as like a new version of that hero. Like maybe something like that would be kind of cool.
It would be cool. What's hard though is that you want to. The reason Living Legend exists is because people want to play the old heroes that are no longer there. That is the whole purpose of it. And if you mess with them enough, they're not the heroes you remember playing. But you kind of can't leave it, because it's interesting.
There is something about the Living Legend system that I think when we all started out the game, it was like, that's a really interesting system. I think we were all kind of like, yeah, that's a cool system where you win points and that hero bands. But I don't know about you guys. I don't think at the time I realized how fundamental that system is to the competitive scene of Flesh and Blood. It drives, like Hamish was just saying, it drives so much like talk
narrative
and drama and narrative about, oh my god, I really want my favorite hero to do well, but if it does too well, I can't play it. And it's such a emotive part of the game that is like really cool and different, and being able to capture a bit of that in Living Legends is a really interesting challenge for LSS. But I think it would only be a good thing to try and capture a bit of that magic of like, what does it mean for a hero to win a tournament outside of the player? You know, rather than we're often more excited about a hero winning tournaments than a certain player winning a tournament.
Of course we are, yeah, because that's.
But like I think in other games, the decks are just sort of whatever, right? Like play whatever takes it to win, and maybe it's more about the player. But in Flesh and Blood, we're playing a hero, right? We want that hero. Visceroy does amazingly. You're excited, but you're also like, oh, it's another step towards. But it's such a good emotion. It's such a good conflict of emotions, and it drives the game really well.
It's interesting. The reason we love it is because the community and the global community is effectively creating the narrative of what's going on in your local scene, right?
Yeah.
Because if Visceroy is doing very well, which is annoying, you know, it is a point of contention for some people, which is fine. You don't have to follow this. You can just play, you know, you can do whatever you want, right? But it does go, oh, so this is all happen. Like a hero winning literally affects me. It affects it affects us all. And it's really cool to see all of us is driving that narrative forward together, right? It's not just LSS turning around going, yeah, hero's too good. Sorry, everyone. It was a good run. You know, everyone is pushed this hero to the edge, and we're all a part of that journey together. And I think that's what makes getting the living legend points way more fantasy. It's the most interesting bit.
Like a collective control. Like none of us individually have enough. Well, unless you're Pablo. But none of us have enough individually to get a hero out of the game, but collectively, we do drive the narrative in terms of what heroes you're going to see at your table.
Yeah, look at Blockout Party. He's literal, you know, which thank you very much, Blockout Party, for featuring us on a number of your History of Flesh and Blood episodes. We're all there. We're all talking about it. And then RTNs do all this thing. And then, you know, all of that. That's the bit. That's the bit. You know, that's the cool bit. And my point is with Living Legend, you know, Starvo won. Right.
All right. Wrap it up.
That
Give
was
me your
good...
one Christmas wish for Flesh and Blood.
For what? For next year? Because I don't. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if we're meeting up over between the Christmas and. We'll try. I don't know. Well, anyway. What do I wish for the Necromancer to finally arrive?
Oh, okay.
Or a reprint of Visceroy, because he's going to be Living Legend soon. I can tell.
Interesting. Okay, Trip.
I don't know. I guess I want Pro Tour London to be a huge success. I think it will be, but that's the thing I want. I want everyone to have a great time in that tournament, and hey, it would be great if not even a Brit, if a European player could win that Pro Tour. That would be pretty.
It's coming on, lads. It's coming on.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be Brit, or Scott. That would be great.
Well, to be honest,
let's say a Scottish guy wins Pro Tour London. That'd be
that
pretty
is
sick.
British.
That's British.
That is British.
They'd hate that. Yeah.
Well, to be honest, the odds are the Europeans are going to win it. So you know.
Yeah, we definitely do. Simon, what about you?
My wish is for Katsu to be relevant again.
I mean, that new card, though. That new card, though, is pretty good. We don't have time for this.
Katsu's going to be good when Zen leaves, yeah. I'm sure he'll be relevant. It's true. Hey, look, it's true.
Genuinely, that new card is insane. That's a print. That's a yeah. It's
just
a pretty
in time
good
for
gift.
another new ninja to take Katsu's thunder.
All right, boys.
Right.
All right.
Merry
Thank you, everyone.
Christmas.
If you celebrate Christmas, have a great Christmas. If you don't
Happy
celebrate
holiday.
Christmas, have an amazing time. Just having a restful time of year. If you can, spend it with your family. And if you can't, spend it with your friends, who probably are your family. So have a good one, and we'll see you next year or before. Probably next year. Who knows? We don't know when the next
Happy holidays. Love you. Bye.
Love you,
Happy
bye.
holidays. Bye.